this coffee is, but I can't think of a funny way to say it.
This post is like a page long. How do I shorten this?
Just take out all the vowels. No.
Seriously.
It'll still be like
Seriously.
a page.
Hey guys, you on Twitter? Follow me.
Sometimes I want to move to another country where I wouldn't have to deal with this stuff.
Isso faz parecer que eu tô me achando?
Hashtag photo of the day.
Hashtag I quit. Just kidding.
Hashtag multitasking.
Hashtag squirmworm.
Hashtag road trip dudes. Not while you're driving, man.
Hashtag YOLOI.
Is anybody even gonna read this?
Besties.
Coffee friends.
Mini bagels.
Unsubscribe.
What's up, Facebook?
Oh, look at my new shoes. Unfollow.
I love coffee.
We're going viral.
Driving selfie.
Glaciers.
Desert.
Third world.
Nobody cares.
I'm gonna hide all of you.
Dude, I made the popular page.
Cell phones are eliminating face-to-face confrontation that has a lasting effect on our social skills. Therefore, schools should limit the use of cell phones, encourage face-to-face group work, and hold mock interviews to increase social and communication skills.
How often are you on your cell phone?
I am not on my cell phone that much during school, but when I'm at home, I'm on it a lot.
On average, probably like combined, like 16, 45, 6 hours. Something like that. A lot.
Like, all day when I'm not sleeping.
I don't have a cell phone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aiden,
What?
do you need to put away your phone?
No.
Or do we need to put it in this box today?
Boy, it's fine.
Are you going to be
I
responsible
don't
and
have
do your
anything to
homework, or do we
do.
need to put it in this box?
Boy, I don't have anything to do. Boy!
Get your homework out. You are so distracted by this thing every single day. How many hours a day are you on this cell phone?
Enough?
Enough? Wait till I call your mother. She's not going to be happy.
Okay. Do you think that cell phones make young adults lack social skills?
Yeah, for sure.
From my own personal experience, I think that when it's easier to send a text message than to confront someone about maybe something that you have an issue with, it makes you feel like you have that way of communication instead of approaching the person. So with young adults, I think that they're using that to maybe take the easy way out when dealing with conflict or other ways. And I also think you say things in a text message that you might not say if you were actually talking to that person in real life. So I think that that might be the biggest concern or thing that I see that's causing a lack of, what was the question? Lack the ability to have social skills is that conflict resolution. I'm worried.
This is Mrs. Moylan. She is the media and technology specialist at our school.
It's me.
Moy, I would like to ask you today, do you think that cell phone usage is causing young adults to lack the ability of social skills?
No.
Why? That's a good question, Maddie Holler. Yes, I do feel like it's interrupting your social skills because what's happening is you guys tend to Snapchat each other and text each other instead of talking face to face, okay? And so I think that you unfortunately lack the ability to talk to your peers and to talk to adults because you're too busy going like this and you're not interacting.
Do you feel a younger generation in the workplace has a disadvantage because of the excess cell phone usage?
I think they can, because in situations they're afraid to like pick up the phone or maybe like have a face-to-face meeting. But I also think that the workplace is also very, has a lot of technology use in it, so I think they could also be at an advantage as well.
In interviews, like specifically as a quality of them to have strong social skills?
Yeah, absolutely. If they're like looking down the whole time, or they don't interact, or they don't seem prepared, then yes, it would be held against them.
When you say that they prefer, like, for instance, emailing, other than face-to-face conversation, like within their emails, do you find like acronyms like LOL or things like that that are like really not professional?
Yeah, I think in some cases, but I think a lot of people do understand that they need to keep emails professional.
History of the cell phone. In 1973, a man named Martin Cooper took part in creating the first ever mobile phone for the company Motorola. By 1990, there were 1 million cell phone subscriptions in the United States. Neil Papworth, a 22-year-old test engineer for SEMA Group, sent the first text message on December 3, 1992, from his personal computer. Between 1995 and 2008, cell phone subscriptions in the United States increased from 33.8 million to 270.3 million. In 2012, 48 billion people worldwide reported having a cell phone, while there were 6 billion fewer people in the world who own a toothbrush. Today, 77% of American teens have a cell phone. The average teen sends 60 texts per day and receives 400 texts per month. 55% of teens spend 4 to 7 hours a day on their cell phone.
Why do you feel cell phones affect our social skills in a negative way?
I think cell phones can affect people in a negative way, but I also think that there's a change in how people interact now. A lot of times they can have private conversations in a whole group of people, and that's a different way that people communicate. It's not necessarily good or bad, it's just different now.
Okay.
What do you think are some solutions to young adults losing social skills due to cell phones?
I think that people, like, for relationships, for instance, I think you should, like, if let's say like an argument, you should, instead of texting them about it, because it depends, like texting, you don't know the tone of the text, so, you know, you might take something to a whole nother level, even though, you know, they just said something that didn't mean what you thought, like you assume the wrong. So I feel that in relationships, the couple should focus on talking in person about things. Peer-wise, I think we should obviously communicate more face-to-face, because cell phones, like I said, always cause a problem of people assuming the wrong thing, and you come to school and you're mad at this person because you thought she sounded a little sassy, but really, you know, she didn't mean to come off that way. I think a solution, like family-wise, you should always focus on talking to your parents face-to-face rather than texting them all the time, and really have that face-to-face communication with them, because, for instance, being a senior this year, I'm not going to be able to see them next year as much as I do now. So really you should take advantage of being able to communicate with your parents in person, face-to-face, rather than text, obviously. And it makes a relationship between you and your parents obviously stronger. So yeah, I think we should have more face-to-face communication all around.
Phones. I think that we shouldn't use our cell phones as like a thing to hide behind. Like if you're in an awkward situation, you shouldn't just like pull out your phone and pretend that you're texting or on Snapchat or something like that. And I think like if you're in an awkward situation, like either try to start up a conversation or just sit there patiently, and don't use your cell phone to hide behind, because that just looks bad.
I think some solutions include making sure that you just really focus on the people that you have around you. That includes both at school and at home. Like at school, I think it's really important that you do try to leave your cell phone or whatever technology you have in your locker, so that way you can really not only just focus on your schoolwork,
but your peers and everyone that you have around you, because at some point we're all going to leave anyways. And at home, I think it's also very important because it's extremely important to have a good relationship with your family, because they're the people that are going to be there for you no matter what. And you don't want to just constantly close them out by staring at your cell phone all the time and hiding behind it, not facing the real world, because I think people hide behind their cell phones to avoid the real world.